So you'd naturally say you have a history of dating.
Psycho, yeah. No. Hi guys. So I'm with my pal today from campus, and we are doing a date out. Kuna kitu kama date out? Date out. Is it called date out?
Date out. Hanging out.
Hanging out, eh? So we are hanging out, and we thought of playing a game. So we want to play Never Have I Ever. Usually, you're supposed to take a drink if you give a wrong answer or give money or whatever you people decide. But ours is just going to be Never Have I Ever, without any drink or without money, just for fun. And we hope you're going to enjoy. Yeah? So I'll be the first one to start. And I'm going to ask her. So, Zippy, never have I ever had a tattoo.
No, I haven't.
You don't have
But
a tattoo?
I have thought of getting one.
And?
Not even one, 3.
Then what happened?
I thought about it. It didn't work out for me.
I've always wanted to have a tattoo. In fact, the reason I don't have a tattoo, I think is because of my mom. She's so much against it. And so I felt like it's not right. Let's just say I did it for her. But I have always loved tattoos. Actually, I've had a tattoo. It wasn't permanent, but I had a very big tattoo somewhere here. So I wouldn't say it's something I haven't thought of either. But yeah, I don't have a tattoo as we speak, but I don't know. It's something I struggled with when I was in campus, because I really, really, really wanted one, and I would put those temporary ones. So
are you making that decision in regards to you?
Whether what are you doing with that scissors?
In regards to you or in regards to your mom?
No, you see,
which is which?
When you love someone, like I really do love my mom, and her being a Christian and impacting values and morals in us. So there's that, she uses the Bible to explain things to you. So I think for her, she used the Bible to explain to me why a tattoo is not...
It's not right.
Yeah. So I think I struggled with that thing of, if I put one, she won't be happy. So I think I did it for her. I'd say I did it for her. I see people with tattoos, I have no problem with it. So let's just say I think I did it for her, because I have always loved tattoos. Yeah.
But let's say you had a chance, your mom is not in the picture, would you do it?
Yeah, I would do it.
So you're still going to do it?
No, I think I'm past that age, because now I think I wanted to do that when I was in campus, those days of crop tops and, those days you want to do crazy things, because I also wanted to have I've forgotten the name. That canini you put here is called what?
A Medusa.
Yeah. Is it called a Medusa?
Yeah, this one is Medusa.
I also wanted to put this, but I think this I didn't do because of pain. But I think where I am in life right now, those are things I think I now wouldn't.
You have outgrown.
Yeah, I think I've outgrown that. Yeah. So now it's you, and then you ask me. I finish asking you first, and then what happens? I ask you, then you ask me, then okay. So it's you asking me.
So, never have I ever dated a psychopath. Yes, you.
How do you know? Never have I dated a psychopath. I think I have dated a psycho. I had this guy in campus. He had like a notebook. Like every day he would check my phone. Then he'd be like, Monday, 1 p.m. John called. Then he would write in that notebook, John times 1.
Yeah.
Then he will check my phone and see maybe messages from maybe, let's say, someone by the name Steve. Then he will write, Steve texted her, blah, 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 time called, times 3, times 4. It was crazy. Then I'd come, when we meet, and it'd come with that notebook. Alafu ananiambia, I was with your phone yesterday, and I want you to explain this to me. And like, it was crazy.
To what extremes?
It was, I think he was... Is it jealousy or obsession? I don't know what I'd call it, but I think he had. I wouldn't even say he would control. He wanted to be a control freak, I think it was more of a cycle. I'd call it just being a cycle. Because what's that? You start writing down the people that have called you and how many times, and now you want an explanation from them. If it is a relative, you have to explain a relative from which side. Can you call him? It didn't work. By the way, it didn't last. We had not even started dating by then. We hadn't started dating, but I had gone out with him on several occasions. It was those things of I'm hitting on you, I want you, so now I'm getting to know you better. But now within those few weeks, I noticed some very weird behaviors from him, and I was like, no, dude, I can't. In fact, I never used to answer those questions of Akina Steve times 2, call times 3, because I was like, dude, guy, So yeah. And I don't think that is the only cycle I have. So I wouldn't call that dating because we didn't go to the extremes, but I think I have made some. Yeah.
So you'd naturally say you have a history of dating.
Psycho, yeah. No, not psychopaths, but at least I've dated what I'd call a psycho. I think it happens in relationships. I have had my share of entertainment.
A share of bad entertainment, right?
Yeah. Never have I ever stood someone on a date.
I do that all the time.
Why?
Most times.
Why?
When I don't want to meet someone. There are some people you don't want to meet, actually.
So why give them your number? Why give them your number? Why lead them on to an extent of them wanting to take
Most
you
of
out?
them you don't lead them on, actually. Just give them your number and they want you to see and you don't want to see them.
So if you've ever planned...
So you can give a Mama Boga your number, but she doesn't have to necessarily call you out on a date.
So this is a date, yeah, you plan it, and then on the material day you're supposed to go, you decide like I'm not going, and you don't communicate.
But still, it depends with the intuition, how you feel about that date.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Me, I've done this so many times. I don't know. Maybe I've done it.
Some people have negative vibes all the time.
But how would you know if you haven't given that person a chance to go on a date?
Instincts, my dear.
I think for me, the worst I have done is go on a date and then walk out in the middle of the date. Because I've come to realize I'm a very impatient human being. So I would sit on that date and I'm like, dude, I know, I the vibes are dry. Then I feel maybe the way he's behaving, we are not. Then I'm feeling like I'm wasting my time, or this is not going anywhere. So I'm like, I think
but
even
mostly
at times,
the vibe.
I think you also done this. Like we'd go out and then you'd call me in the middle of a date or you and fake an emergency, and then I would walk. We used to do this a lot in campus. So yeah. No, it's you.
Never have I ever kissed my best friend. They are watching, girl.
No, I've never kissed my best friend. No, never. But then, do I have a best friend?
You should comment down
Do
there.
I have a best? I've never. No. I think I'm not into women. No.
A best friend, not necessarily a woman.
A guy best friend. Never have I ever kissed a guy best friend.
Yes. Or a girl best friend.
I've never kissed a girl.
And
I'm not into women.
A man best friend.
A man best friend. Have I ever had a man best?
Yes.
Who? Steve. When campus, by the Steve, if you're there, comment.
Yes, you have.
No,
I've never.
No, I've never.
Right.
No. I've never. I think I'm one person who finds it easy to deal. I think to make friends with men. So I have several guy friends. I think for me it is easier to have men friends than it is to have female friends. I'm not saying I don't have female friends, like you're my friend, but it is easier with men,
Yeah,
so if I decide to start kissing all the guy friends or friends that I get along with, see, I'll also now become a psycho, though you asked me. So I try to put boundaries. Maybe a situation where a best friend or a friend turned to be a boyfriend. That's different.
But it really gets weird at that point, right?
It gets weird, and also for a best friend turning into a lover, it spoils so many things. Like the relationship changes a lot. Like you just kill the vibe. So for me, I think if you have a best friend who is a guy, it's either you go all the way and date at some point, or you decide you're just going to be, by the way, that's a topic we should
You're
discuss
just going
sometime.
to be friends.
You're just going to be friends.
Yeah, see, that's the same case with friends with benefits, right?
Friends
so
with
you have to
benefits
put
is different.
boundaries.
Friends with benefits
Even
is
with best
different.
friends, you have to put boundaries.
Which is quite hard. But you see, for friends
okay,
with benefits...
for best friends, you're not sleeping with this person, but still you have to put boundaries.
You have to put boundaries, but you see, for friends...
Benefits, you're sleeping with a person, but still have to put
and
boundaries.
you must have discussed it.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
this is how far our relationship will go. So you decide you're going to be friends. Ama, you decide you're going to be friends with benefits. So you know what you're getting yourself into. You get? So that I think that's different. But for me, or maybe I'm trying to play safe. I don't know. If I have ever kissed a best friend with a guy, then maybe we ended up dating. But I feel it's always important to discuss and put boundaries and know how far you're willing to take the relationship, to avoid even hurting each other. And maybe, I think communication is very important.
But would you tell your baby daddy as your best friend?
Are you asking me as me now?
As you.
Hey.
At some point, right?
I think anybody you've had a kid with, at some point you had history, right? So it's you are either friends. I think anybody that you date, you must have started as friends. So I wouldn't say a baby daddy is necessarily your best friend, because there are people who are dating but they're not friends.
True.
Yeah? I mean, there are things you can tell your guy, and there are things you can't tell him. You're more comfortable telling somebody else. So I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say you're not friends, but I wouldn't say best friends. Best friends, I think, is, with a best friend, you tell them almost everything, you discuss so many things. I think there are things you wouldn't share, but he's in a safe zone where it's more of family now. So I don't know. Yeah. And if a baby daddy is a best friend, then you have kissed your baby daddy, because a baby daddy is somebody you have kids with. So for me,
for the longest time, you must have had a connection.
Yeah, you must have had a connection. Yeah. So I think that is different. And that's why you see guys and even females having problems in relationships where someone is like, I don't like your best friend. Your best friend is the opposite sex. Why should you be having that as your best friend and not? And not? So I think communication is very important when it comes to best friends, right? Ama, what do you people think? Comment and tell us what you think about kissing your best friend and maybe putting boundaries, and if there's anything like best friends with an opposite sex. Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Okay. So who's asking? Me?
Yes.
No, I'm the one who was. You're the one who was asked me.
My best friend. Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever ghosted someone's text. Never have I ever ghosted someone's text.
I think ghosting is a common thing. We do that all the time.
You and who?
I do that all the time. So it's quite common, and it's obvious.
So why
when you blue tick?
Yeah, but that's ghosting.
That's ghosting.
So maybe
when you ignore text, that's ghosting.
So maybe,
but it depends with what the person is asking for, or if someone is pushing you to the limits. So of course you have to ghost that person.
So the last person you ghosted, what was the text about, and why did you ghost them? She has
a tendency of borrowing money. So the last time she borrowed 7,000. Last week she borrowed 3K. So finally akasema hata 300 hautaweza. Okay.
And when she borrows that money, does she pay back?
Yes, she pays back.
So why did you ghost?
After a while.
Well, okay. Mmesikia msimkope pesa. Don't.
Pesa.
She does not want broke people in her.
Broke people in my life. My life is broke already. I don't need to.
Next. But your life is broke already. But I didn't get that set. Okay.
Never have I ever blacked out completely until my parents had to take me to hospital.
No, never. No. And I'm not explaining that one. Next. No, never. Hospital. No, never. Yeah, that's it for that. So never have I ever.
So which part do you think is a lie? And the lie.
Have ever the part where my parents had to take me to the hospital, that's a never. Never.
But
Is
you
it-
have ever blacked out, right?
Can we pass?
Okay.
Can we pass that? I don't know. Have I ever in campus? Have I ever?
Not in campus, at home.
No.
It doesn't go to that extreme.
I think I grew up. Maybe in campus, I would say yes. But I think where I am in life now, I think there's a lot of growing up that has happened, which also comes with wisdom, which also comes with knowing my limits. You know, so no. Abu, we go to the next question. That's a no. I am. Never have I ever lied to get out of going to work. And remember, your boss is watching.
I mean, he doesn't know about YouTube.
Where do you work? Where do you work? Like people don't know about
He's the
YouTube.
most boring boss ever.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I have. Sometimes you have to. Actually, my work is torturing. You have to go throughout the week, Monday to Sunday. So in between the week, when you feel fatigued, what do? You can make an excuse.
So like what
For
excuses
example,
do you
you
give?
can say, my child came up with a flu, I have to take him to hospital, I'm not feeling well, my tummy is aching.
But imagine
Make
for
it
me.
make it look, you can even call him and tell him, oh boss, I'm dying.
Okay. But seriously for me, you start acting like even now you're calling and you're like, I can't even breathe. I can't. But imagine for me,
Because I remember one day I called my boss. And
imagine for some reason I'm gonna send him this clip. But imagine those ones for acting, faking as you. For me, I think people do that a lot. But the one that I find difficult or hard to do is lying about my child being sick.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I have some phobia.
But to some extremes, you can go to that extreme.
I know, but that's me as a person. I find it hard lying.
I also
about
find it hard. That's why you take some obvious disease.
I'd rather use
like a cold or my child's school is asking for a parent meeting.
That one is even better. Parent meeting is better. But the ones who are
and then you fake a letter.
That one is
From
okay.
The principal.
That one is okay, but I feel those ones that people lie about their children being sick. Because me, I have a big problem when my kids are sick. Like I feel sick, I feel drained, I'm not happy. So for some reason, I think maybe I'm being superstitious. I feel like if I lie about my kid being sick, they'll end up falling sick. So I struggle with that a lot. So yeah.